the Auburn Blitz Podcast, your direct source for all Auburn all the time with Brett Pritchard, Faith Richardson, and Randy Lee.
What's up, everybody, and welcome into the Auburn Blitz Podcast here on this Monday morning. We are so glad that you have joined us wherever and whenever it is that you join us here on the Auburn Blitz and making Auburn Blitz part of your daily Auburn athletic intake. Brett and Faith here on a recorded pod this Monday morning because there's so much going on. Imagine that. Post-Iron Bowl, talk a little bit about that from Saturday, which sucked, but some good things to pull out of that game. But more importantly, as we went on the air yesterday, Auburn names Alex Golesh from South Florida as their new head football coach. You and I will be heading over to the press conference at noon today to cover that, and we'll have a reaction video coming out of that press conference a little bit later on today. But Faith, more importantly, good to see you here on a Monday morning.
Good to see you too. Never ends here. I mean, it's been a crazy, 12 hours now at this point, considering what time we saw each other last night and what time it is now. I'm sorry.
It's quite okay. Everybody understands.
Yeah. Someone's excited.
That's right.
But yeah, I mean, it's been crazy. There's a lot going on. We had a really good live yesterday for about an hour and a half. So everybody needs to go watch that because we really went in depth over every single thing. And so, today might be a shorter one because like you said, we're going to be going live or posting a video later today after the Tiger Walk and after we hear a new head coach, Alex Golesh, talk about coming to Auburn. So, I mean,
we've had two hires here since basketball season. Had an announcement with Stephen Pearl, and now Alex Golesh coming in as the next football coach at Auburn. Let's talk about the Iron Bowl first. As much as it pains me to talk about it, when I go back and look at this game, it was more of the same. Auburn finding ways to not win a game. And right there, you get out to you look like you're about to get run out of your own place. You're down 17-0, and then Auburn just kind of claws back. And Alabama just didn't do anything dynamic. You look down, you go, how are they up 17-0? Ty Simpson's got 59 yards passing. It's like at that point, you're like, how is that? And it's just mysterious. When you look at the stats and you look at Auburn with 400-plus yards of offense, Alabama just, what did they end up with? 280 total yards, Auburn with 411. It just – but turnovers, so crucial. Auburn, they fumbled 4 times, lost one, and that was a bad one to lose. It was the one that put the nail in the coffin. But, Auburn, Durkin talked about it in the postgame presser, Faith, unable to create turnovers and giving the ball away a couple times and, getting off to a slow start was the difference in the game.
And that's always what it has been with Auburn is it's been Auburn playing 3 quarters. Auburn doesn't go and play all 4, and that's what time and time again, it's set Auburn up for failure because they don't play the entire game. Whether it's the first quarter or whether it's the fourth quarter, they beat themselves.
Uncharacteristically getting off to slow starts, and again,
Drew Freeze had that first drive designed down to a T for Auburn to go in and score, get in the back of the end zone, make something happen. After that, that's when Auburn fell apart.
Yeah, and, credit Auburn, credit Ashton Daniels for fighting back and, tying the game. And what a great game by Malcolm Simmons. You and I, were cheering, obviously, there because just such a great story and, the off the field stuff for him earlier before the season started. And, all that was cleared. And then he's come back and really been, and you and I kind of felt like it was a little bit unfair for him not to have been brought out to be talked to in some of the post-game, player conferences that we've had, and especially after Mercer, he should have been given opportunity because he had a career day. And, this is 2 weeks in a row. He's had multiple explosive plays. I know Cam Coleman gets a lot of the credit, but I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to say this. It may be an unpopular opinion. It's not a cut on Cam Coleman. Malcolm Simmons is every bit as good as Cam Coleman in his own way. Cam Coleman can go up, and we've seen the one-handed catches and the crazy stuff and the freakish stuff he's able to do. But, that's really where you see Cam Coleman make his plays. Malcolm Simmons makes his plays on 5-8-yard dig routes across the middle and then juking people completely out of their clothes and running and making yards after contact. And I've watched him do this his whole life, Faith, and the fact that Auburn only finds a way to get him 2 or 3 or 4 targets a game is a joke. And you and I talked to him about that. Would have loved to have seen more of Malcolm Simmons this year, but let's look into the future. Hopefully we will.
Yeah, again, and I hope that he stays. I hope he's able to, stay at Auburn and have coaches and a quarterback or somebody that's able to target him and use him the way that he's able to show his explosiveness and the way he's a dynamic player and the way that he's an aggressive player. I mean, you see that we talked about it yesterday about how he's the kind of guy that after he catches the ball, he's going to go and get more yards after that. He doesn't go straight down. And that's the kind of player that he is and the difference maker he is out on the field.
You and I talked about it multiple times. Why are you wasting targets on Preston Howard when you can be getting the ball more to Malcolm Simmons? I know they play different positions, but that's a play in the game. You only get so many plays. So you're willing to take opportunities away from guys like Malcolm Simmons or even Cam Coleman or whoever it is, or Jeremiah Cobb for that fact, to throw the ball 3 or 4 times to Preston Howard. I don't get it. And I hope the culture and everything with Alex Golesh is going to be white clean, and it's a fresh start for everybody, including these kids. They deserve better. It's become a find a way to lose program rather than figure out a way to win. And it's almost like you're sitting around, even when things are going well, you're sitting around waiting on the disastrous moment to happen. And then it happens, and everybody goes, well, there it is. I knew it was coming. And that fumble by Cam Coleman at the end of the game Saturday felt like that moment. It was like, oh, we can't drive down and actually win the game. We got to have something crazy happen. And it happened. And it's like everybody's waiting for it to happen, and it finally does.
Remember how everybody likes to say that, anything can happen with 1 second left in the Iron Bowl and everything like that? All of that is just gone. There's nothing that says, all right, Auburn's going to make it out of this. Auburn has a chance, because the last 5 years it's been.
Have we won anything since we've been swag surfing? I'm asking.
I don't think so.
I mean, look, I think it's a fun thing and all, but maybe we need to change that up too. I mean, just look, everybody gets into it. Everybody's got traditions and stuff. I know everybody's got their entertainment now. That's what this has become. But I'm ready for Auburn to be entertaining by winning football games. I'm not going there for a rave. I'm not going to Jordan-Hare Stadium for laser shows. I want to see Auburn.
It would be different if you were a winning team that was able to go and do that and celebrate. What are you celebrating right now?
And, it's almost like.
And it doesn't bring the intensity up in the stadium either.
No, and I'll say this, and we didn't say anything about this on the show yesterday when we went live to talk about Alex Golesh being hired. Auburn's environment is unbelievable. I mean, this place is different. I mean, people come on here and say what the hell they want to say, but like this, people showing up and paying premium dollars to sell out a stadium to watch an Auburn team that won one SEC game. Like, and this has been going on for 5 years now. It's 5 consecutive years of losing season. Auburn sells out. People are tailgating. The energy's high. You and I walking across campus yesterday, you would have thought Auburn was 10-1. And you think, oh, we got all this excitement. Oh, hell, they won one game against Arkansas, who they almost lost it. Like, this place is different. Like, from the fan standpoint and the rabidness, that nobody wants to win worse than this fan base. Nobody. So I'm kind of, look, from an Alex Golesh standpoint, when you go back and look at his past and the fieriness of him, and hey, look, guy's not afraid to work, because just go back and look at his family history and the story of him coming over, since everybody made a big deal about him being from Russia. Why don't you go look and see how appreciative he is for the opportunity? I'm not saying Alex Golesh is going to be the next Pat Dye at Auburn. I'm just saying that go back and look at the history of what he's come from. And that guy is not afraid to go out there and get his and work and be appreciative for the opportunity. I mean, you and I went through that story. You read the whole thing to me the other day. I mean, it's just crazy.
Somebody that actually wants to go out and work, but also that I see him being able to go and develop these kids. And you've seen that when, you know, he's been at his past schools and stuff. That, hang on, we just got something.
Yeah, what did we get?
Sorry, guys. An Ole Miss source tells ESPN that Pete Golding will be the permanent head coach. It's 100% permanent.
Lord. Holy moly.
And then we got something about Auburn.
That, you got the statement, don't you, for Alex Golesh? Don't you have his statement that he had?
Auburn football is one of the proudest, most tradition-rich programs in all of college football, and my family and I could not be more excited to join the Auburn family. This will be a player-driven program, and no one will outwork our staff. Auburn has won, can win, and will win championships. Let's get to work.
Look, you know, when you go look at guys, and I know the Billy Napier thing didn't work out for Florida, but John Summerall going to Florida, Alex Golesh leaving South Florida, who he inherited a program that had won 4 games in 3 years, won 7, and then won 9 this year. Like, these guys are hungry. They have something to prove. They're not sitting there expecting people to just hand them something based on their name and whatever. They're fighting to show the world that they can go with more resources, with better facilities, with things like that, and go do even more. He went and did that at South Florida. Let's be honest. And they don't have near the resources and facilities, and they don't play in the SEC. Like, this guy wants nothing more than to go out there and show everybody how much you can win at this program and how undersold it's been. And that's what Kirby Smart did too now, Faith. Look, people can say what they want to, but Mark Richt, he won a bunch of games and never could get over the hump. And everybody's like, how is Georgia not able to win championships? We're tired of this. We got to make a change. And Kirby Smart went over there hungry, fired up. A defensive coordinator at Alabama goes home and is able to take Georgia to new heights. You can say what you want. Me and you don't like him, but that's what he did. He was pea and vinegar and excited to be over there and said, look, I'm going to take this program and utilize it to its fullest potential, and he has done that. Maybe that's what Alex Golesh is doing, looking at Auburn, is this is an opportunity to – this program, this is a joke that they haven't won with all the things that they have, but we're about to show everybody how much you can win at Auburn. I hope that's what happens.
John Cohen said Golesh has produced wins and record-setting results throughout his entire career. Alex is known nationally for his player development prowess, adaptability to shape creative and explosive offenses, and his relentlessness approach to building winning programs. I was also struck by his coaching experience on both sides of the ball. In our conversations, he showed the determination and edge that this program demands of its head coach.
What's your take on John Cohen now? All this is, about 24 hours since we processed all this. Do Did he handle his business?
24 hours since we processed what? Because it's been 5 minutes for us because we're pre-recording. So honestly, Brett, I'm gonna be honest. I have not really processed too much of it. I do.
It's not even 20. Yeah, you're right. Not even 24 hours since our post-game reaction show. So yeah, true.
It's been like 13
12,
hours.
like 12, 13.
I would like to say that I am impressed with John Cohen and making it out the other side of all of this mess that's going on. I mean, you go and you look at all the messes happening right now at Arkansas, at Florida, Ole Miss, LSU, all these different things that are going on. Auburn came out the other side of all of this, I think.
Finally. And,
Auburn is not the last to have something going on. Auburn's not waiting around till the very last second. I know that they have, but right now I think he's done a really great job, and I'm very impressed with what he's done. And he should be given a break from everyone and what they've said about him.
Yeah, and now look, he can't go win games for Alex Golesh. All he can do is go make the hire. And then he's got to go run the program. And I think he felt like this is the guy that has the energy and the personality that this program needs right now. His deal, 6 years, average of $7.4 million, with a lot of incentive-based stuff in the contract. Hey, look, I love incentives. It encourages people to work harder, man. When you hand everybody something right out of the gate, I don't care who the heck it is. I don't care how good your work ethic is. In the back of your mind, human nature, you go, well, I've already got that. If you give somebody incentive to go out and make more money, Faith, you and I talk about this all the time in the business world. You can't complain, and the only person you can point a finger at when you don't go get it is you. Because if it's there for the opportunity, now it's different if you don't have the opportunity. If it's like, hey, you're going to get paid this, and this is what you're going to get, regardless of how successful you are, people can go, okay, well, I'm good. But if you're hungry and you want a better life for yourself and you want to do better and you give somebody an incentive-based opportunity, then it's on you if you don't take it. That's the way I've always looked at it.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, at this point, it's up to who do they want to keep on the coaching staff? Who is coming in with Alex Golesh? Who's going to stay on the team?
We'll probably find out a lot more about that at lunch today.
Yeah.
We know
that things happened after Hugh Freeze left with people on the staff.
Right. And then look, December 3rd, you got early signing period. That's huge. You got some really big-time recruits right now. Can you solidify them? And who else can you bring in now that you make this? Like some guys that are top-ranked guys that Alex Golesh and that staff had looking at Florida. Will they be able to bring some of those with them to Auburn? And will some of those players that have helped South Florida, one of their running backs, some of those guys, are they going to transfer? I mean, all these moving pieces now when you have a coaching change. And, everybody worries about the gloom and doom and panic of, oh, you're going to lose your roster and all that. Hey, well, there's other things now too. When you get a new staff, you get other players that maybe weren't necessarily looking at your program. Now they're going to be looking at your program because you bring in a new coach. So there's both sides to the spectrum here.
I don't even know,
but my point was there's positives there's positive and negative to all of it.
Yeah.
All we've been looking at from an Auburn standpoint of, who we're going to lose Cam Coleman. We're going to lose. So, well, okay. But you may get some players you weren't going to get. And I'm not saying you want to lose Cam Coleman, and I'm just using a hypothetical. And so we've seen that happen in the past. All right, from a numbers standpoint, for Alex Golesh, real quick, offense ranks number 2 in the country this year in total offense, 501.7. Number 5 in scoring at 43 points a game, has posted a 500-plus yard game in 8 games, 8 of the last 9 to be exact. So doing that at South Florida. Again, you can say
again, he's been at he's been at Ohio State, he's been at Tennessee,
Yep.
and he was able to turn around Tennessee's offense in 2022.
Yep.
So
Yep. There's all kind of different ways to look at it, but we want to talk about some of our partners right now because we couldn't do our program without them. We appreciate them so much.
Scentsy Green for air that's cool and clean this fall during dollar days. Call Scentsy Green for major discounts on HVAC repairs. Scentsy Green is going to be, who you want to talk to about getting a carrier unit or getting any sort of, HVAC repairs, installs, anything. I mean, they're the people. They're going to have some great deals coming up for the holidays. So call on Scentsy Green. We love them, and they do a really great job.
They do, and Scout Program Management does too. Sloan, Jay, Charles, all the guys over there, man, they are the top program management company when it comes to construction projects. I'm telling you right now, I've watched them do it. Watch them take multi-million dollars, hundreds of millions of dollar projects from the start to the finish and making sure things are done correctly. That's why you hire a program management company like Scout, located in Birmingham, Alabama, serving the Southeast. You'll know why you hired them when you do. And if you don't, you'll also know why you should have hired them. So hire Scout Program Management for your next big project.
Bunkers in downtown Auburn. I know that they had a great night on Saturday night for the Iron Bowl. You're going to want to go there on Wednesday, anytime to go watch, basketball. They've got, still is going to be a lot of good things going on up in this next weekend. So they've got some food, music, fun, all these different things. Best place in Auburn to go and hang out. Just extended their seating, so you've got a lot more if you don't want to do the golf simulator bays. But if you do, they've got 27 different sports on the golf simulator bays. So go over there in downtown Auburn.
A top-notch place. The Kart Source, Alabama's premier golf cart superstore. Easy Go Cushman Yamaha Club Car. Don't take our word for it. Go check them out. Unbelievable. When I drove by yesterday, I'm like, I've never seen a selection like this. And, man, they've got some top-notch custom golf carts out there that will make anybody happy. And if they don't have the one you're looking for, they can order the one that you want. They've got all the top brands. I just named them all. Check them out. They can take care of everything, and they've got these great service contracts that you can have, and they will make sure it's in working order for years to come. So 334-231-2205 if you want to call them, but go check out the Kart Source. Go see Harrison. Tell them we sent you from the Auburn Blitz. That's a perfect Christmas gift. Would somebody give us one? Hey, we're all for it. I know you take one. Lucy would enjoy riding on the golf cart.
She would.
She would. So Copper would too. Copper would like riding on the golf cart. So
wind throughout his hair.
Just that slow motion, kind of like commercial ears, all that. Yeah, he would pull that off pretty well. So again, we'll have the press conference coming up a little bit later on today. Quick turnaround. What does that mean for the rest of the conference? A mess in Ole Miss right now because of the hoe that everybody, like that the reporter called it, that he didn't really call him that. But, the thing is, and Lane Kiffin got so defensive about that because he knew what was coming. He was mad because some guy had the to call him out, and he didn't like it. And that guy over there said, you know what? I'm sick of this guy. This guy's a fraud. He's lying. He's trying to act like he's the victim here, and he ain't. So he calls him out. And Lane comes out there and says, hey, you want to call me a hoe? Why don't you come in there and call me? Well, no, I mean, you got 4 police officers standing. You're Mr. Big Bad Billy Bad A. And that reporter didn't back down. He's like, okay, whatever. So he goes in there in the press conference and doubles down on it. Kudos to him. He's like, dude, I know you about to leave. You know you about to leave, and I ain't going to let you get out of here without facing it. And so there you go. But a mess.
I mean, Ole Miss is in shambles. The Grove is probably going to burn down anytime. I mean, LSU, that place is anyway. So, I mean, Lane Kiffin can just go bring himself over there. Landry, she can follow, and Whit Weeks is probably going to be throwing up by the time he gets over there. I don't know, probably spreading something throughout the team. Then you got at Arkansas with a protest going on in about an hour from right now when we're filming this. So maybe we can give y'all an update tomorrow on how that went and if, their campus is still up in arms or if they're burnt to the ground. I don't really know. Probably some arrest. Who knows? And then you got Florida, everyone screaming and hollering about that. John Summerall going over there. Who knows what is going to actually happen when it comes down to what Florida is actually going to do, what everyone's thinking. I don't really know. I'm at this point kind of like, well, everybody else is just going to sit there, cry themselves a river, and I'm going to give John Cohen and this Auburn program a round of applause because thank goodness we are not in the hell circle going on right now, lit up in flames that the SEC is right now. So
this is who Ole Miss hired.
Is that his real hair?
That's it. I mean, you talk about ending up with. Look, I'll double down. If Pete Golden is successful at Ole Miss, I'll eat this hat. I will cut off a piece and eat.
No, can you cut out the top and then get something and you have to eat
and then have it look like that.
Hair on it like that.
Have it look like that again. So I mean,
it's like those Guy Fieri hats that people buy.
They went from Lane Kiffin on top of the world, all the pub, 11-1. Oh God, in playoffs. This dude rated your program. I told this, you and I had this conversation. He's the guy you invite over for dinner, and then you go back in the back and all your jewelry's gone. And he's like, "Hey, where's? Oh, I'm sorry. I asked him to come into the house and he stole off."
Kiffin announces he's leaving for LSU, hoping to compete a historic 6-season run with this year's Ole Miss team.
Where did that come from?
My request to do so was denied by Keith Carter. He adds, I will forever cherish the incredible 6 years that he spent at work.
So he's going to spend this. He's going to spend this that Ole Miss didn't give him the stuff he asked for. And he's going to go back and say, Ole Miss fans, I told y'all to show up to these games and support this program, and you didn't listen to me. Now, we did say that, right?
Oh my
we
God.
have been saying that. This is you're crying like from
I like this. I can't stop laughing, and I can't stop laughing at this Guy Fieri hair.
That's
Can
like
you send me
something.
that picture, please?
Like, go back to what I was saying.
Can you send me that?
Yeah. Can you actually have ended up with a worse situation after an 11-1 season? I'm being for real. Could it have got, because Summerall now, who you thought you were going to go and snatch at the last hour, you were trying to get Lane Kiffin to make a decision. You were begging him, are you staying? Are you staying? They knew he wasn't staying. The reporter called him out, called him a hoe. He got pissed off because he knew he was leaving. And then all of a sudden he does leave, and now everybody else is taken. Summerall is in purgatory in Florida. All of them hate him down there. He just flew into the eye of the hurricane in Florida, and with a bunch of fans that don't want him down there. Oh, our Arkansas is up in arms about striking out on Golesh. Auburn gets Golesh, and everybody's like, well, okay, it actually worked out. And Ole Miss has to hire the Carrot Top over here. It's that picture's on the way, by the way. Hold on one second.
I don't even know what's happening anymore right now. Like, actually, I don't know what's going on. My cheeks hurt from smiling and laughing.
At least it's not frowning, and we've been plenty of shows that we've done the last few weeks that have just been torture. Okay, having a time. Hey, we just lost the Iron Bowl Saturday, and we're talking about like that ain't even a headline. Ain't nobody even talking about that. And I mean, we're talking about Golesh and a little bit of renewed energy, and I know there's some of you out there watching this morning probably don't like the hire. That's fine. There's not a guy that you could have hired that everybody would have unanimously said, "Oh, that's the guy." So you get Golesh, and this is what you get. But everybody else is in disarray.
The Grove is going to burn down.
Do you know how much Alabama wanted to run Pete Golden out on a limb? They were so happy when he left. And now he's just been elevated. They have no choice, though, Faith. They don't have any choice. Who is their choice? They had no choice. Lane Kiffin, screwed them so bad with what he's done. He's poaching players. He's taking the staff. And they left Pete Golden behind like some pile of trash and said, okay, we're only going to leave one guy back, so let's hire him.
I just got a text. Can't believe y'all losing made him make his mind up. Such an Ole Miss Lane Kiffin thing to do. I blame you guys.
Is that from the Rebel? Does he really think that was the nail in the coffin?
Womp womp. You know what I have to say about that? Go cry me a river all the way down to Baton Rouge.
We said it, though. We tried to prep him. We tried to prep everybody. We knew it was coming. Like, if you're doubling down on the morals and ethics of Lane Kiffin, you've lost your mind. If you think that guy is going to do whatever the right thing is, you can forget it. And again, he sat there and he said, I'm not leaving Ole Miss. If I leave Ole Miss, it won't be for money. Well, why would you leave? Why would you not have just said, why hasn't Ole Miss fans already braced themselves for this? They've had a week. When they met, the AD forced a meeting last Friday, 2 Fridays, a Friday before this past one, before the week of the Egg Bowl, before Thanksgiving week, and met with him. And then they come out and say, well, we're going to announce the future of Lane Kiffin after the Egg Bowl. That should have been the biggest red flag on the planet.
I mean, I'm just getting told right now that it's literally because of.
How did Auburn have anything to do with it?
I don't know. I literally said, how is this our fault? Not completely, but partially. Garbage program.
How did we influence him to go to LSU?
I don't know.
Oh,
because apparently we can't win, and that he would be staying if we beat Bama.
Guess what?
Wow. How does that literally have anything to do?
No, here was the deal. He was leaving anyway. If Auburn beats Alabama and Alabama goes off on the rail, let's just say, and had done something real absurd and said, we want to get rid of Kalen DeBoer, which I didn't think they would do. But
he thinks
that would just open up the door for him to go to Alabama.
Ole Miss would have gone to the SEC championship, and he would have. But I agree with you.
Well, okay, yeah. If Ole Miss had gone to the SEC championship, you think he still wouldn't have made his decision to go to LSU? By the way, Ole Miss still ain't ever been to the SEC championship. Since the inception of the SEC championship game, they're one of the – Mississippi State's even been to the SEC championship game. Ole Miss has not. Neither has Texas A&M. Missouri has. Missouri and Texas A&M came into the conference at the same time, and who would have thought Texas A&M, but who would have thought Vanderbilt would be 10-2 in position to go to the playoffs and is maybe the hottest team in college football right now? I'm not kidding. Like, who's hotter than them? They went to Knoxville and just beat the doors, no pun intended, off of Tennessee. I don't know what world we're living in anymore. But you know what? I'm kind of glad everybody else is in disarray for a minute. I'm kind of glad everybody else is going, well, what the
And
hell?
Auburn is just sitting back and watching. That's exactly here's where we are. We're not even talking about the Iron Bowl. We're not even talking about Alex Golesh anymore because we're sitting back and watching all of this go up in arms because Auburn finally, thank you, John Cohen. Thank you for right now.
Yeah, for right now.
But I still have faith in him. Okay. My faith is coming back in the program.
Faith from faith. All right, tomorrow, 11:40. Oh, no, not tomorrow. Today, 11:45. Tiger Walk open to the public. 11:50 pet rally for Coach Golesh from the Tiger Walk Plaza. And then at 12, we'll have the press conference, which is closed to the public, but we'll be there. And we will have the post press conference. This is hilarious watching your reaction of this tick. Somebody, like, I get it, man. Like, when you lose a bet and when you think you were right and it don't go your way, like, Ole Miss fans have to be the most pissed off humans.
Saying all this while your team isn't even in the playoffs is funny.
Well, I mean, what good is it done?
He doesn't even know he's going on blast right now.
What does it matter though? Like, seriously, is that what Ole Miss fans are talking about being in the playoffs? Does that really matter now? Hey, they ain't gonna be there to coach them. You gonna get Pete Golden? Who are they gonna draw in the first round? This is gonna be interesting. And what players are gonna be there to play in it? Who's opting out? We forget and lose the focus of why we do all this, or the reason coaches. Lane Kiffin, it absolutely was about money because you got to the playoffs at Ole Miss, and you got there, and you're leaving to out the back door before you even play the first game. What a circus! Guess what is synonymous with circus? Lane Kiffin. Everything he does, getting left on the tarmac at an airport, from that to whatever the crap he's done in his past, there's always a sideshow, man. There's always a meme. You know what? He's always the one trolling people. And now he's getting trolled, and he don't like it. And, again, I go back to that guy for having the gonads to step up to him and face him right there when he comes out and goes, well, what are you doing? You calling me this. And then he goes back in the guy just followed him on in there. He said, okay, yeah, I'll follow you on in here. He don't like it, man. And he knew the whole time he was leaving. He knew a month ago. Take that to the bank. All right, let's talk about some more of our partners here. Some Ole Miss fans need to hire Oliver. Look, we thought it was bad for us, but Oliver Ross is on call. They will travel to Oxford for your next whatever, and they will bring all the goods, won't they, Faye?
Yeah, they will. They're going to be the ones that help drown out whatever sorrows you are. It doesn't matter what kind of fan you are. Your sorrows are going to be drowned out with Oliver Ross. I mean, you can't find a better bartending service. And these holidays that are coming up, and you've got family coming into town, you've got work conventions, and you might as well have Oliver Ross be the bartending service for you because, again, all these things I just listed off, I think some of y'all are going to need it. And so Oliver Ross is going to be the bartending service for you and your crew this holiday season. 20 people up to 20,000 people. Go ahead and call on them.
Russell Medical Center voted one of the top 3 hospitals in the state of Alabama, and they are partnered with UAB Healthcare. I mean, that's really all you need to say. Great doctors, great facilities. I mean, small town, quality healthcare. Don't have to fight the big city traffic. Check them out. Whatever it is that you need medical-wise, you need to check out Russell Medical Center in Outlet City. Again, if they don't have what you need on site, they will get you to the right place. They will get you lined up with the right doctor. Check out Russell Medical Center in Alexander City, one of the top 3 hospitals in the state of Alabama. Does the playoff even matter right now for Ole? I'm going back again. What is Ole Miss what are Ole Miss fans talking about right now? They should be celebrating an 11-1 season, finally getting over the hump, and now they're dealing with this mess. And it was almost like you knew it was coming. You knew it was going to end. He would have done it to us, Faith. I told you that yesterday.
Yeah.
He would have done this to Auburn if he had gotten the job 3 years ago and had some success at Auburn, and LSU or Alabama or whoever would have come calling, Florida, and would have thrown the big bucks at him, and he would have gone.
Yeah. Well, I think a lot of Ole Miss fans right now are actually okay with Golden because they think that he's arguably one of the best assistant coaches.
Okay, well, whatever.
So I think some of them are okay with that. And, ESPN and CBS, they just reported that he's not the interim head coach. He's the permanent head coach. So
he is officially now taking that program over.
Yes.
Lane Kiffin is a memory at this point.
But as of right now at 2:20 on Sunday, a source has told ESPN that Lane Kiffin's deal with the Tigers has not been signed, but would be shocked if he didn't sign. And the
after all this,
tells ESPN that the defensive coordinator, Pete Golding, is expected to be the Rebels' new head coach. In quotations, it is 100% permanent, the source said.
Well, he's not signed anything because he ain't gotten down there yet. And I mean, they've got to work out some details and stuff, but he's done. I mean, after all this, what else do you say? So, but anyway, we've been on long enough this morning because we got to get down the road and got a press conference coming up at 12. Alex Golesh, the new head football coach at Auburn. Here we go. We'll hear from him, and you'll hear from us a little bit later. Faith will still be smiling. She'll probably be smiling in the press conference. And, I can't wait to talk to him. I think it's I like the energy around him. Again, he's got a coach, and he's got to get things done, but we'll see how all the players react to it and all that good job. You got anything else?
I hope everyone has the best week ever, and we will talk with y'all after the press conference.
Yep. See you in a few hours, everybody, for more of the Auburn